Norm Duke is going to be very tough, but remember, he's only got one title going against a guy who's proven himself 7 other times, so Duke believes he can win, but there's 15 minutes left, and we'll know the answer for sure. First match, first shot, Norm Duke.
30,000 to the winner, 16 runner-up. Following us, ABC's Wide World of Sports. What a greeting.
He's got to be nervous. Even though he seemed very, very confident in the interview, he's been waiting around for quite a long time to bowl this one game, and he's got to be a little bit nervous.
Needs to get the ball over on the left side of the lane and drive the ball over the head pin over into the 610. Tough shot, but that's the way to do it.
Norm is 0 for 1 from the top seed, lost to Guppy Troop in the '84 Bud Classic in Columbus.
Not even close. In fact, I believe he was really taking the wrong technique. This is a washout, or what I call the PBA washout, the 1, 2, 4, 6, 10. We never had seen many of those before. Many of players are trying to go between the 1 and 6, not the right way. Now Husted.
Shot at 227 in the last match. If you just joined us, to Furpo's 213. His last win was at the 1990 Showboat Invitational.
Dave, good all-around athlete, 6th handicap golfer. He was a high school basketball player, played guard, has been at the top of his game for many years on a tour, a dedicated athlete.
Crediting so many people for his successful career. And, Bo, I remember in '87 he withdrew from the Firestone because Michelle was going to deliver Corey back home.
Their first child, and obviously David, a very conscientious father. Home comes first, business second. I like that attitude. He has not missed the pocket in 12 shots. Coming up, second frame championship match.
Consistency here by the young man from Milwaukee, Oregon. Crowd here very much behind Norm Duke. Norm, who is 5'5", 125 pounds. You'll hear him go Duke, Duke, Duke.
I remember when he won his first title, going through some greats such as Earl Anthony. The crowd was wild, and Norm just carried it all the way to the title.
And that was in 1983, right here in Cleveland, Ohio.
Norm Duke, that 5, 6, 7-step approach. He's a field player, takes the full approach. For a little guy, gets the ball up high in his backswing, which is the proper way to do it, and hits the line better than anybody ever in the game of bowling, except maybe Marshall Holman and Don Carter. Marshall, I like the way he hits the line. How about you?
Oh, I certainly do, but you could see he made a little bit of an adjustment in his second shot. His first shot, he got it way wide, and the next shot on lane 32, he kind of pinched. He didn't have the extension to make the ball go long, so he's a little confused right now.
And 42-game tournament, Pensack, who has 15 wins and no losses in his last 15 games on ABC television, but had an early leader. He was the defending champion, and Norm Duke took over and led it all the way through 42 games by almost 500 pins as he puts a piece of tape in his bowling ball, wipes off his shoes, tries to get a fresh slate in that mind of his because he hasn't missed the pocket much all week long, and tee it up in the third.
They're starting now to get behind their hero, the 26-year-old native of Fort Worth, now bowling out of Albuquerque. Strike up. And that double gives Dave Husted a 23-pin lead.
A partisan Marshall Holman, bowling's all-time leading money winner. Marshall, remember David Husted when he came out, always had that strong ball with a little hook, but the big loop in his arm swing. I remember he changed in '85, and he's been awfully tough since then.
Well, since he's made that change, Bo, he's really become what I consider the consummate shot maker, and he's showing it in the 13 frames he's bowled. He's had every ball in the pocket, and he's looking very, very good.
4, 6, 10.
the kiss of death, Marshall. You've learned how to do it just like we do up here in the announcement sometime. Here's the position of David Husted. He gets a little pull on it and probably aims the ball a little bit. First shot out of the pocket. He doesn't have to pay the maximum penalty, but he does the 4-6-10. Just go for the 6-10. It's going to be a tight match.
Imagine going from a lead nearly into the 30s and now leading by only 8, and Duke has a strike up. First time successful hosting for Dad Jim Cottrell and his son Mike here at Yorktown Lanes. Coming in from Akron, the commissioner of the Professional Bowlers Association, Joe Antonora.
Norm Duke, fourth frame, needs a strike to take the lead.
Imagine how things change. Whew.
I watched Norm fall behind matches a little bit last night, and he always came back toward the end. So, you know, I think that open by Husted.
Duke is in a zone that great players get in just every once in a while, right, Marshall, where you absolutely do not believe you can ever miss. What do you think?
Well, I agree with you right now. After watching the first 2 frames, I really thought he was going to be in big trouble, but he's gotten it back together. You can see it in his eyes right now. He feels like a winner.
That's a great feel. You get it just a blessed few in a sport, and right now Norm's got it. Let's see if he can take advantage of it and make this his second championship.
They're saying Duke. That's not negative. That's all positive for this little guy from Albuquerque. Now Dave Husted.
Something we don't often see on the PBA Tour, especially with the inception of urethane bowling balls since 1980. The 8-10 split. Not much David Husted can do is just bounce one of the pins out. He's in real trouble in this match.
Well, that'll make you rub your brow.
Well, the last 2 weeks, Chris, the players have seen more oil on the lanes than any other weeks so far during the season, and the players are playing that oil. That's the proper way to do it, but if you get the ball a little bit skidding too far, it's a pocket split.
That was a strike in the 8th frame for Dave Husted. Marshall and Bo have been talking about the abilities of Norm Duke. In the last 25 tournaments, he's cashed 20 times, top 24 15 times, top 5 times.
I think he's taking the game a lot more seriously in the last year or so, and I was talking to him about that last night, and he agreed with that and thanked me for the compliment, and that's the way I meant it.
10.
See Duke leaving the 10-pin here as he has a commanding 44-pin lead. Good high follow through. Look at how well he hits the line. Look at that knee bend. The half 10. And Marshall, you made a good point. Norm Duke always had the ability, and I think he kind of got faked out when he won when he was only 18 years old. He thought the tour was easy, and now he's growing up.
I agree with you, Bo, as he converts the 10-pin. He's just decided that now is the time to do it, and you know, he's got this great ability like we've talked about, and he needs to take advantage of it, and now he is.
There's David.
See how Duke is playing the championship pair. He's playing on the left side, sliding in this area, and then he'll be rolling that ball right between the 3rd and 4th arrows.
Six, 7, 10.
Major mistake at a critical time. That's the only way David Husted could get back into the match, is to let him have an open frame, and now Norm Duke has gone high, left the 6, 7, 10. What Duke can do is get the ball over in this 6-10 zone and slide the ball pin right over into the 7. Duke will go for it. He can lock up the match if he makes it. Opens the door with that shot, Chris Schenkel.
191 through the 4th.
Husted can get up, strike out, and forced Norm Duke to double to win the tournament. Really has changed things.
You're right, Marshall. Biggest shot of the tournament for David Husted right here in the 9th frame. If he doesn't strike, he's in trouble.
Pressure. Now the lead of Duke cut to 19.
It's a beautiful clutch strike.
And he needs this one in the 10th and has a great possibility of a tie match.
What a turnaround. David's best year last year, winning $128,000.
Must strike here. Just lost his timing. Marcia saw his pivot step slide out and didn't get the leverage.
He got ahead of that ball and just had nothing at the bottom of the swing. That's really unfortunate and surprising for Dave in that situation.
See him slide off balance. We noted how well Norm Duke was finishing with a good solid knee bend and slide. Husted, the taller player, not as low to the foul line, slides by and basically has given the championship to Norm Duke.
You lead a tournament by almost 500 pins. You know, you've got to feel kind of good to see the tournament leader win. I know I've had the opportunity a couple times and haven't come through, and it hurts when you lead by that much.
You're changing streams on us here, though, but that's okay.
And David of Milwaukee, Oregon, who today is seeking his 8th championship to go along with his United States Open victory in Houston. And for Norm Duke, won his last title and only one in 1983 in Cleveland, coming from the 5th seed, this time from the top spot. He is the winner. Let's go back to New York and Frank Gifford. For Norm Duke in victory, it's $30,000. Dave Husted, 16, Firpo, Devers, and Weber. 221 to 185. Norm Duke winning his 2nd title. And in Cleveland, Jerry Mullane, Bud Light, Ohio Sales Division Manager with a trophy. Mike Cottrell, the president of Yorktown Lanes, with a check for $30,000. Norm Duke is your champion from Albuquerque, New Mexico. See you in Toledo next week. Goodbye.